Go. All right, welcome back, everybody. Dirt Slingers Racing League 360 Monday Night Thunder, race number 2. This is their open series. Going to crown a champion once again. These guys crowned a champion, Michael Sheridan, in race number 1. Richie Preston and Michael Sheridan doing a battle one more time. 6 points separates the two coming into this particular event. Right here at Lernerville Speedway. Going to be able to watch some of these guys get out here and do some qualifying. We'll keep you apprised of the top 10. Not our normal opening, and only because we had to deal with drivers' meetings and different things, but if you'll bear with us, you're going to see some of the best racing on the service right here. So these guys close out season 12. Dirt Slingers been here for 12 seasons with these guys. Fantastic racing. A good, clean bunch of guys that do a lot of great racing week in, week out. They're getting ready to add a UMP modified series for next season on a temporary basis on Wednesday nights. Going to try to get that going. New season going to start on August the 10th, 12th, and 13th across the board for these guys. Right now, Kevin Click on top of the speed chart. 13.3 seconds. 13.316 to Shea Paulo. Logan Rumsey, 13.343. Dustin Griffiths, 3.55. And Michael Sheridan. Oh, got bumped by Cameron Merriman at 3.71. So Cameron Merriman, 5 heat races is going to be on tap. Let me get my multi-chat open. I see a couple of you in here. Jordan Eder, how you doing, buddy? All right. These guys work the rest of qualifying out. Had a 38 cars show for this race. So almost a full 40-car field for these guys. Working out the details for next season. I'm not sure if it's going to be me back in the booth broadcasting or if we're going to have to acquire a new service to broadcast us. Hopefully we'll be able to run right here on the Dirt Racing Network, but one way or another, these guys are going to get covered, and I will work with that group to do everything I can to bring you guys, the loyal fans of the Dirt Racing Network, all of Dirt Slingers Racing are right back here next season. Thursday nights, no problem. Monday nights, a little bit of a question. Wednesday nights, I think we're going to be okay. Waiting for this to go down just a little bit here. Got about 25 seconds. Click, Apollo, Rumsey, Griffiths, and Cameron Merriman. Your top 5 in qualifying. They will have pole position in their respective heat races. What do you think, Dom? We're going to see something similar to what we saw at Volusia, or we're going to see a completely different show here in race number 2?
Well, one thing that I hope different than Volusia is we see our 2 points combatants actually make it into the A main and battle it out mano-a-mano instead of a cancellation deal.
Yeah, and I know that kind of bummed Sheridan out a little bit, but he still picked up the title. You know, I would have liked to have seen that myself. Can't say that I wouldn't have. It's always fun to watch these guys go at each other and make sure that they have you know, the best opportunity to battle for those points titles, but we'll see what happens here. Right now we know Mr. Sheridan going to be outside of row 1 here for heat race number 1. On the pole is going to be the Alkaline 88 Wicked Cushion Brent Mark Sim Racing Team number 25 from Ontario, Ohio. Kevin Click. On his outside, we just talked about champ in race number 1, the BAPS Auto Supply Wicked Cushion Brent Mark Sim Racing Team number 15 from Farmington, Minnesota, Michael Sheridan. Row 2 on the inside, the Tim Sims BMRS Black Diamond Motorsports, number 1 from Pittsboro, Indiana, Mason Hannigan. On his outside, his teammate, the Ultimate Dirt TV 19 Designs Tim Sims Black Diamond Motorsports, number 36 from Sellersburg, Indiana, Nathan Davis, the Lawnmower Man. Row 3 on the inside, the 92 car from Hopstock, Indiana, Peyton Grease. And on his outside, the 79 car, the Wicked Energy Gum Elbows Up Sim Sports machine from New Paris, Ohio, Billy Rowley, the Rowdy One. Row 4 inside, Alex Good, the 86 car from Lebanon, Missouri. And on his outside, Joe Isabel, making a rare appearance here in the Monday Night Series. Happy to see Joe back with the group. That 6 car, the purple, we'll call it the purple people eater up there. Joe Isabel racing a Sim Sports number 6 machine. So 8 cars, they're going to do 8 laps. That is not the camera that I like. There's the camera I like. Top 2 will go to our pole dash. Top 3 will go directly to the feature. Everybody else will work their way through the C and B mains. We'll have 5 cars coming out of that B main after we pick up the 15 from the heat races. We'll put 20 cars out here for 30 laps for our feature. But right now, heat racing action just getting underway. Kevin Click. Michael Sheridan already picked up 1 championship tonight. Going to start on the front row. Green flag is in the air. Good start for both cars. Click with about a 1 car advantage down to 1 and 2. Hannigan down on the inside. Davis up on the high side. That's 3rd and 4th. Keeping our eyes right there. That's a direct transfer spot. 36 car trying to use momentum in that sticky stuff way up top. Lost the back end a little bit that time out of turn 2. Closed in down the back stretch, but it is still Hannigan in 3rd behind Sheridan and Click running 1-2. Hornet's Nest behind that as Davis gets a slide job from Rowley in turn 2. They're 5 deep right there down the back stretch. 3 laps complete, 5 still to go. Tiny bit of contact. You saw grease getting into the back of Alex Good. Both cars stay straight, facing forward. They're going to keep on racing. We're watching a battle for 4th right outside the transfer spot. Billy Rowley, the rowdy one, really putting the pressure on the lawnmower man right there, Nathan Davis. 36 car now. Pulls away a couple of car lengths down in 3 and 4. Joe Isabel has closed in. He started last in the field, started 8th. He is up to the 6th spot and putting pressure on Billy Rowley. But at the front, it is just Click and Sheridan. 1-2, running lap after lap. 2 to go. Mason Hannigan running the bottom, trying to catch up. Now Hannigan goes to the middle in 1 and 2 that time. Didn't make up any ground at all. Might have lost a car length. So we're going to come to the white flag. Heat race number 1. Kevin Click out in front. Newly crowned champion from race number 1. Michael Sheridan in 2nd. Looks like that's how they're going to finish. Click and Sheridan going to the dash. Hannigan's going to the feature with them. We'll see Davis, Isabel, Rowley, Grease, and Good in our consolation. So 1 down. Looks like the track's still pretty heavy, Dom.
Yeah, well, Michael Sheridan able to complete another checklist, mark another thing off on his list here tonight as he got through his heat race once again, and he's doing everything he needs to do. Claim another championship here in race number 2.
Already off into the feature and into the pole dash. So we get ready to put heat 2 in the chute and get them ready to come out on the pole. The over-the-wall photography elbows up Sim Sport number 21 from Hanford, California, Shea Paulo. And on his outside, he won the feature in race number 1 tonight. The Tim Sims Ultimate Dirt TV 19 Designs Black Diamond Motorsports number 80 from Plymouth, Wisconsin, Josh Steinke. Row 2 on the inside, the 73 of Nick McGathy. On his outside, the 99 car of Greg Lamy. The Cadillac Man, Kevin Hanley, Albany, New York, the 110 on the inside of row 3. And on his outside, the On the Edge Motorsports Wicked Cushion, Wicked Energy Gum, Team Edge, number 32 from Salt Lake City, Utah, Derek Layton. And in the back row, on the inside, Matt Yorker, his teammate Jeremy Isabel. Yorker there you see on the screen in the 21 car. And Isabel rolling up the 37 on the outside of that row. So, JIR coming to close out the season. To see those guys. Steinke's been on a tear. When he gets to the feature, man, he has just been money almost every single week. He's only had a couple of bad races this whole 24 races this season. So if he gets into the feature, man, look for him to maybe go 2 for 2. All right, down the back stretch, the pace truck will jump off in turn number 3. And it looks like the lights turned off here. The sun went behind a cloud or something. It just got major dark over the track. That's going to keep the moisture in the track for sure. As the green flag is in the air, Shea Paulo with a good start. Couple of car links down through 1 and 2. Steinke settles into second. McGathey falls into third. As these three cars have a pretty good gap over side-by-side battle between Hanley and Lamy for fourth and fifth. That straightens out into a single car battle. Matt Yorker, the other 21 car, the 021 car in the field, running in seventh, and Derek Layton in eighth. We'll go back to the battle at the front. Still Paulo around the top, Steinke through the middle. McGathey has closed up on Steinke. Almost to the halfway point. Working a lap number 4. We'll be halfway right here, heat race number 2. Paulo, Steinke, McGathey. Like I said earlier, Steinke started about 10th in the feature last race, race number 1, and worked his way around the high side and picked up the lead with just about 8 or 10 laps to go. And, man, he just sailed away from those guys. Held on for the easy victory. Looks like he's given up a little bit of space here to Paulo. Paulo has kept that car pretty much in the middle, right below the marbles right there, and has really got the 21 car going fast and moving away from the 80 machine as he goes right to the top in 3 and 4. White flag in the air one more time around. Shea Paulo looks like he's going to pick up a victory in heat race number 2, and he's going to take Josh Steinke along with him to the pole dash, and they are going to take Nick McGathey with the two of them right into our feature. McGathey almost destroys the car there on the final lap, but he still comes home third. Lamy, Hanley, Isabel, Yorker, and Layton will be in the consolation races. 2 down and 3 to go in heat race action. So it looks like the track is still really fast, Dom, but it doesn't look like it is stretching out much as far as widening out the lane.
Well, you mentioned it. The sun went behind the clouds there a little bit to play a factor. Hopefully, as we get more heat races in and our consolations, maybe it'll come around right about the time it did there at Volusia for the feature.
Yeah, we're hoping so. See a little bit of 2-lane racing. But third heat race heading out on the pole, the 41 car, Logan Rumsey on his outside. The Elida Machine and Tool SST Motorsports number 554 from Elida, Ohio, David Diller. On his outside, in row 2 on the inside, the number 4 car, the Casey's General Stores from Des Moines, Iowa, Jason Randolph. And on his outside, the Bill Russell Ford, number 96 from Starksville, Mississippi, Matt Dixon. The 5th row on the inside, the D2 Race Designs, Miles Jensen Racing, number 67, Duluth, Minnesota's Miles Jensen. And on his outside, the 020 car of Daniel Burkhart. And on the back row on the inside, the Dirt Racing Network, Raven Graphics, Team RPM, number 14 from Glendale Heights, Illinois, Jeff Peterson. And to his outside, Jordan Glickler, the 63 car. So 8 more cars. 8 more laps, top 2 to the dash, top 3 go to the feature. Everybody else into the soup you go. We'll get ready for a start right here out of turn number 4. Logan Rumsey, David Diller on our front row. Good start for Rumsey. Pretty even start at the front. Rumsey's going to come away with the lead going into 1 and 2. Dixon took a quick peek. Now threads the needle, goes top to middle. Gets past Jensen, right back past Randolph, and he settled into third for a split second right there. But Jason Randolph slicing and dicing, cutting his way, trying to go for second around. Diller couldn't make it happen, falls into third. He's got that final transfer spot, but here comes Dixon. One more time down on the low side, not going to do it. That looked like Miles Jensen found the outside wall in turn 4. 67 car, probably a lot worse for the wear on that deal. He will not complete the heat race, but Logan Rumsey streaking away from the battle for second between Diller and Randolph. Randolph got it out of turn 4, got the inside, took the spot away. So we're going to reach the halfway point in heat race number 3. Logan Rumsey 1.4 seconds ahead of Jason Randolph. David Diller right behind that. Matt Dixon trying to put some pressure on Diller right there. That's for the final transfer spot to the feature race. Out of the heats. Dixon just not able to close the gap as Diller's trying to hang on in case Randolph makes a small mistake. He can capitalize and go to the dash tonight. He was in the dash in race number 1. 2 to go that time by for Logan Rumsey. That was the mistake that possibly Diller was looking for as the 4-car Randolph got out of shape. Randolph just sails it through 1 and 2. He uses the high side, keeps the momentum up. He's going to get to the white flag in position number 2. Rumsey 1.7 seconds out in front of these guys, cruising to an easy heat race win. He's going to the pole dash in the feature. Logan Rumsey picking up the heat race number 3 win, excuse me. Randolph will go with him to the dash, and Diller will go with those two into the feature. Everybody else into the soup. So track looks like it might be getting a little racy now, Dom. Guys are moving around a little there.
Yeah, in the back of the pack, you're seeing it a little bit more. It's off the start especially, but there through the middle of the heat race, there was still some action going on 4th and 5th on back.
All right, we're putting heat race 4 into the chute, getting ready to run them out here on the pole. The Catch Fence Apparel Elbows Up Sim team of number 82 out of Bloomington, Indiana. The Catch Fence himself, Dustin Griffiths. And on his outside in the Ultimate Dirt TV, Black Diamond Motorsports number 54 from Ellington, Florida, John Batista, JB. Row 2 inside, Rylan Gray, this 06 car. On his outside, the Fairway Mortgages BS Air, Catch Fence Apparel, Elbows Up Sims team, number 85 from Millersburg, Pennsylvania, Tyler Schell. Row 3 on the inside, the Shelty Motorsports, HDH Motorsports number 71 of Curtis Merriman out of Felton, Delaware. And on the outside of him, the 15-car of Carter Chevalier. And on the back row on the inside, the Scott King's Design, Team SKD. Out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Scott King. And on his outside in the JZ Racing Photography, number 54 from Fremont, Ohio, Alex Stoudinger. Looks like the sun's making it out from behind that cloud. We're getting a little bit of bright light. No more dark shadow. So get ready to run the heat racer number 4. All right. Going to be Griffiths and Batista, row 1 to get us started here. 8 more laps. Once again, the top 2 to the dash, the top 3 to the feature. Everybody else is the consolation races.
Green flag, green flag.
Green is out that inside line again in this race. Looking like the place to be on those starts. They're just getting a giant jump on everybody. Batista falls into second, and Rylan Gray going to get into 4th behind Tyler Schell. And I thought Gray was going to go for third down there in 3 and 4, and he elected to stay right up on the top side. In behind Tyler Schell, and Schell now putting the pressure on Griffiths, who lost the lead to Batista in 1 and 2, gets it back in 3 and 4. It is a 3-car battle. Down into turns 1 and 2. Schell's on the bottom. Batista was in the middle. Here comes Griffiths with a head of steam off the top side. Now the big slide job. Can Schell keep it off the wall? Almost. Just a slight brush. Still Batista first, then Schell, then Griffiths. Tyler Schell backs it up the hill. Picks up the lead with a good slide job there in 3 and 4. Batista a little too close. Bumps the back of the car. Halfway that time. 3 to go out of turns 3 and 4. Now Tyler Schell, John Batista, Dustin Griffiths, your top 3. Stoudinger putting the pressure on Griffiths. He got the inside. Griffiths found the outside wall. Moves Stoudinger into 3rd, but Griffiths has a good run down the back stretch. Clips the Nerf bar. Clips the left rear. Gets Stoudinger very sideways. Alex hangs onto it, and he keeps the spot. Good battle at the front. We're watching a great battle for the final transfer spot. Tough to keep up with everything that's going on out here. Schell and Batista sliders back and forth coming to the white flag. Schell out in front. Batista goes slider line in 1 and 2. Shell countering back. He's going to have the spot going into 3, coming out of 4. Tyler Shell's going to win heat race 4. John Batista and Alex Stoutinger worked his way around Dustin Griffiths and then decides to get big air out of turn number 2. That was a pretty good race. A lot of action in that one, Dom.
I was going to say, it's hard to think 2 heat races ago we were complaining that there wasn't enough action going on.
Yeah, the track's starting to widen out. These guys are finding their spots quickly. And I like that quite a bit. No, Rich, I do not see him in here tonight. All right, 5th and final heat race of the season. In the chute, getting ready to go out here on the pole. The 314 car of Cameron Merriman, and on his outside, he is your points leader by 6 points coming into the night. He drives a 25 car, the BS Air. Elbows up Sim Sports Machine, Richie Preston. A row 2 on the inside, the Greg Dahlman Racing Sandbagger Sim team at number 5 out of Tampa, Florida. Mad Max Stambaugh, and on his outside, the Brown & Miller Racing Solutions, number 88 from Concord, North Carolina, John Harper. Row 3 on the inside, the Lepresto Racing, number 257 of John Lepresto. On the outside of him, the Ed Brown Trucking FRC, Green to Checkers Racing, number 49 from Tulare, California, Jeffrey Herrick. And on the back row, excuse me, the 13th car, he's out of Owasso, Oklahoma, Cody Kelly. So 7 cars this time. I feel like I got a message there. Whoa. I already know what the redraw number is for the pole dash, but I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm going to let them find out when they roll out onto the track. All right, 7 cars, 8 laps, top 2 to the dash, top 3 to the feature, everybody else into the soup. Final heat race of season number 12. Been a fantastic season. We've seen some really good heat races. We've seen some great features. We expect nothing less from this group again tonight right here. Closing out the Monday Night Thunder series presented by Tim Sims. And heat race number 5 is underway. We saw Stambaugh get a little bit over sideways there out of turn 4. Almost run that car into the infield. They were 3 wide for just a second with Preston, Harper, and Lepresto. Out of 2, big slider from the 5 car. Stambaugh in 3 and 4. Preston goes right underneath him, going down the front stretch and takes the spot back. Cameron Merriman, Richie Preston, Max Stambaugh, your top 3. Herrick, Harper, Lepresto, and Kelly are rounding out the field as we go back to Slider City at the front. Preston under fire from the 5 car, Stambaugh. Preston needs to finish in the top 3 to guarantee he's going to be in the feature. I know Richie Preston, he wants to be in the pole dash. He wants to have a shot to start on the pole, get out in front of that feature. Put that pressure on the 15 car. Last race probably leaving a little bit of a bad taste in his mouth. He wants to do things a little different in session number 2. Halfway home, final heat race. Cameron Merriman, we're watching a battle. Oh, here's contact with the 5 car. And the 25. We'll go back and take a quick look at that. I'm not sure what happened. I know I saw a slide job. Maybe thought this 25 car was going to be just a little bit wider right there. Not sure that I can fault either driver. One was on a good slider line. The other one was just holding his line. A little bit of contact together. We will let race control sort it out. We'll find out where they're going to line up before we go to green. Jim Workman, what are you doing, buddy? Good to see you in chat, sir. Waiting. She should be about ready for our pace truck to give us the one to go here.
Bad luck continues for Richie Preston, though.
Guy can't catch a break, can he?
Not at all.
All right, lights off on the pace truck. We are going to line them back up. Single a file. Merriman, Stambaugh, Herrick, Lepresto, Harper, Kelly, and Preston. Richie Preston with just 3 laps to go. 7th needs to make it to 3rd. Otherwise, he's got to run the soup again on the final night. And the green flag is back in the air. Still Merriman out in front. Stambaugh second. Now the battle for 3rd. Herrick and Lepresto coming to 2 to go. Saw Richie Preston's worked his way into 6th. Now going for 5th right here on Harper. Takes that spot away. White flag coming out this time. Merriman, Stambaugh, Herrick. We're watching the 49 cars. Lepresto is there. So is Richie Preston. Preston around the top side, waiting to see if there's going to be contact with these guys. Goes high side, now cuts down to the middle. Who's going to have it? Lepresto gets that final transfer spot. Merriman and Stambaugh, 1-2. Lepresto 3rd. Preston made it back to 4th. He'll start close to the front of the B main. He'll have a better shot of transferring through, not having to run the C and then start in the back of the B. Getting ready to put
Needed about probably one more lap. I think he actually would have got that transfer spot.
I think you're probably right. He was running a good line. He is there. He is going to start at the front of that B main, so he won't have nearly as much traffic in front of him. So we get ready to go 12 laps for the C main. Top 4 out of this going to move to the back of the B. Last 2 rows. Alex Good, Jeremy Isabel, row number 1, row 2. Jordan Gleckler and Carter Chevalier. John Harper, Peyton Grease in row 3. Matt Yorker and Jeff Peterson in row 4. Row 5, Scott King and Cody Kelly. Row 6, Billy Rowley and Derek Layton. And the back row going to be Miles Jensen and the catch fence, Dustin Griffiths. Maybe Cody Kelly, the 13 car, not. Oh, there he is. He drops into the grid. So we'll have 14 cars, 12 laps, top 4. Moving on. Everybody else is going to be done for the season. Guys, don't forget the rest of the week tomorrow night. A group over at Sim 500 and the CG Auto 21.com series. I believe late models tomorrow night for them, as we didn't get the sprint race the week before because I was at the midget race. And then on Wednesday night, Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series 410 wingless. A one-off race for those guys. So tune in with us tomorrow and Wednesday. And then Thursday night, Dirt Slingers 410 Outlaw Wicked Energy Gum Series. Going to close out season number 5. Crown a champion. A lot of big paychecks going out from that series. About $4,500 worth going out to the drivers. So it looks like the sun has dropped in behind another cloud, so it's darkened the racetrack a little bit. Going to keep some moisture in it. Pace truck's going to head off. Alex Good, Jeremy Isabel going to get us started here in the C main, 12 laps. Green flag in the air. C main underway. Good took an early lead through 1 and 2. Gleckler trying to work the bottom side of the 63 car and get around to the 37 machine of Isabel. Carter Chevalier moves his way into 3rd off the top side. There goes Isabel outside turn 2. Here goes Chevalier, then Gleckler. Now Peyton Grease in that 55 machine is settled into the final transfer spot. John Harper behind that. Matt Yorker, Billy Rowley, the rowdy one, working his way around the top side. Got a couple of spots to pick up. Then he's got to focus on the car in front of that. Move him into 6th. If he can get around Harper, he can start taking a look at the 63 car. That's the final transfer spot into the B main. Rowley working the 88 car inside out. Middle. Doesn't matter. Trying to get the spot. Now, Grease back to 4th. Top 6. Very close here. Still a battle at the front. Chevalier has taken over the lead from Good. Peyton Grease into the 3rd spot. John Harper now in 4th. Everybody starting to get around Gleckler as he's out of shape. Rowley finds the fence out of 4. Slows down the 79. Might have knocked the rear end out from under that car. Watching John Harper. He's the fourth and final transfer car. Halfway home this time, C-Main. Chevalier got around Alex Good, and he has streaked away from the field out to a 1.1 second lead. Peyton Grease now, the 55, trying to put some pressure on Good. Takes second away. Still doesn't have it out of turn 4 off the top side. Now has it away out of turn 2, coming to 4 to go. Chevalier, Grease, Good, and Harper. Harper in fifth, but here comes Billy Rowley, the rowdy one, making up some distance. Thought that car was broke, maybe not. Rowley now around the top side, takes fourth away from Alex Good, put him in the B main. Chevalier 1.7 seconds over Grease, then Harper, Rowley. We're watching the 79 car. He's the fourth and final transfer spot, and caution. Maybe Miles Jansen. Gonna watch right here. The white car at the back of the line comes over the berm into 4 right in front of Cody Kelly. Medic to the front stretch, please. That was one heck of a ride. So we'll restart with 2 laps to go. It's going to be a Chevalier, Grease, Harper, Rowley, Good, Gleckler, Yorker, Griffiths, Isabel, Kelly, King, and Layton. I was getting a little dicey there, Dom.
Yeah, it's getting a little intense up front, that's for sure.
With only 4 spots in the final race of the season. Intensity going to ratchet up quite a bit. All right, lights off on the face track. We're going green out of turn 4. Single file on their restarts. The Chevalier, Grease, Harper, and Rowley the top 4. Alex Good in 5th. Jordan Gleckler in the 6th spot.
Green flag, green flag.
2 laps to go with the restart. Gonna watch back here, 4th position, Billy Rowley, the yellow and black car. He's got the final transfer spot. Trying to put some pressure on Harper. Coming to the white flag, big old slide job from old catch fence Dustin Griffiths. And they already took the white flag, so we will not get a caution out of that deal. Chevalier, Grease, Harper, and Rowley look like they're going to secure the 4 transfer spots to the B main. And they will move into the back of the B main. Everybody else done for the night. So we will move to the B main. It'll be 14 laps in the top 5 from the B main. We'll make it into our feature. Got a little wild on that last lap back there.
Yeah, I didn't see all of it, but the way you described it, it sounded pretty entertaining.
Well, that was a big haymaker, and he didn't quite get it there. Got locked up in between some cars. Everybody kept him going. All right. B-Main on the pole, the lawnmower man, Nathan Davis. And to his outside, Greg Lemmy. Row 2 going to be Matt Dixon and Rylan Gray. Row 3, Richie Preston, Joe Isabel. Kevin Hanley, the Cadillac man, inside of row 4 with Daniel Burkhart on his outside. Curtis Merriman and Jeff Herrick are making up row 5. Row 6, Carter Chevalier coming from the C. He and Peyton Grease. And then John Harper and Billy Rowley followed them from the C into the final row here. 14 cars. We're only keeping 5. 14 laps. See if Mr. Preston can bring the Jessup Logistics Over the Wall Photography BS Air Elbows Up Sim Team number 25 into the feature. Had a 6-point lead rolling into Lernerville tonight. Now having to fight his way out of the consolations while his nemesis, Michael Sheridan, is already transferred into the feature. So we're going to keep our eyes on that 25 car. Been a very consistent driver all season long. He and Sheridan both able to be very consistent, pick up a lot of points over the season. They have far and away the only two in the points title right now. 14 laps, we're going to know if Mr. Preston is in or out of the feature right now. Davis and Lamy going to bring us to the green right here out of turn number 4. B Main about to get underway for the final time in season 12, and the green flag is out. And Davis took a big lead, and we've got cars backwards, sideways, and upside down back here in turn 1. Let's go see what we can see out of this. On the start, it looked like that happened way back there. Merriman got hit, got out of shape. It took Rowley and Herrick and several cars over the turn 1 berm. Rowley able to keep it going. Not even sure who all was in that. Yeah, maybe Herrick was in it, but he was able to get his car going. He's back in his spot. Curtis Merriman's car back in the work area already. Looks like his night probably finished. We'll get back to the front. It's Davis, Lamy, Dixon, Gray, Preston, Isabel, Henley, Burkhart. Your top 7. One more time around. Behind the safety truck, I think they will turn the lights off, and we'll be going green out of turn 4. Still 13 laps to go in this one. That was not the exciting way we wanted to start the B main, though.
No, not at all. We'd like to see a few laps get underway at least, and quite a wild ride that we've seen quite a few times here tonight.
Without an outside wall and you put a right rear up and over that berm, it's just going to pull you right off the track real quick. But we will keep an eye on those guys right now. Davis. Nathan Davis about to bring us back to green. 13 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. Lamy, Dixon, Gray, and Preston, your top 5. That's the transfer spots right now. The 25 car you see right in the middle of the screen right there. He's got a transfer spot. He'd like to move a couple of spots further forward. Give himself a little bit of breathing room. Maybe take a sigh of relief, knowing that he isn't going to have to sit back there and battle everybody that comes up behind him to hang on to that spot and make a transfer into this feature race. Joe Isabel, the 6 car, trying to put a move on him. You've seen third place change hands. There's contact, and Dixon was sideways. That is going to slow things down. Matt Dixon's car. We'll watch the 96 car off of turn 4. He and Rylan Gray with a little contact. The 96 car up and over. Gray put a good slide job in here and got clear of him. You saw the wiggle. I don't think Dixon was sure which way to go. If he was going to have room on the top or he was going to have to try to cut under in the last second, he just chose to go high right there and contact. And you can't put the 2 tires together on open wheel cars because nothing good ever comes of it.
Yeah, and I think Richie Preston caught just a little bit of that, but I don't think it did anything to hurt his race car, so he should be good to go.
He picks up that spot that Dixon vacated. That's going to put Joe Isabel in that 5th and final transfer spot.
I tell you, Richie Preston's blood pressure has to be boiling all night long. He's been in way too many bad situations, and being in a B main right now is not where he wants to be.
They got through the C main in race number 1 pretty clean. Won that thing. Looked like he was super fast. Was going to have a shot. Lap 1 gets a little contact. in the B main in race number 1, and just never really recovered. Every time something happened, he was in it, and so far in this B main, looks like if something's going to happen, he's going to probably be right in the middle of it too, and that's not what he wants. He wants to secure a transfer spot and then be able to race for this title, knowing that he's got to go up there and find Mr. Sheridan and get around him to hold on to the points championship. Right now, we're going back to green. Still 10 laps to go.
Green flag.
Davis, Lamy, Gray, Preston, and Joe Isabel. That purple and green 6 car. Your 5th and final transfer spot right now. The Cadillac man going to have something to say about that before this thing is over. 110 machine of Kevin Hanley. Trying to close in to make a transfer on the final night of season number 12 into the feature race. Davis still out in front. Rylan Gray now working on Greg Lamy. He got down to the inside out of 4. He's going to run the slider line in 1 and 2. Good crossover and a short slider from Lamy. Lamy used that momentum on the cushion there in 3 and 4 and took the spot back. That time Gray slide job, and he locked the door on the inside. Here comes Isabel trying to go 2 for 1. Is he going to get anything out of this? No, he's not. He might lose a spot. He kept it off of a Lamy right there, and he got the car so sideways it looks like Kevin Hanley may have a shot to take 5th away from him. Hanley around the top side. Got it that time. Kevin Hanley, the 110 machine, into the 5th and final transfer spot. Now he'd like to put the pressure on, get around Greg Lamy. Make Lamy have to deal with the pack of hounds behind because Rowley's in it. Herrick is in it. Isabel is in it, and Chevalier is in that pack as well, and here he goes. Took a peek to the inside, didn't make it happen that time. 3 to go this time by Gray, Davis, Preston, Lamy, and Hanley. We're watching Lamy and Hanley right here. Rylan Gray got around. Nathan Davis took the lead over in the closing laps here. There goes Hanley's car up off the top. Big contact.
All right, man.
Carter Chevalier got into the back of Kevin Hanley out of turn 2. We watched it live. Rode them both off the track right there. When they tried to come on, Chevalier just got down into Isabel, and it got him sideways. Lamy put the car off the track and into the fence, and that's going to shake up things in the top 5 for sure. So we're going to set this field here in just a moment. Get these guys lined up. Rylan Gray is in front. Davis is second. Preston is third. Looks like Hanley is going to sit in 4th, and Billy Rowley now will hold down the 5th spot. Joe Isabel in 6th. And Peyton Grease sitting in the 7th spot. So we'll have 2 laps to go. Pace truck jumps outside of turn number 3. He's headed for the pit area. A green flag going to fly out of turn 4.
Green flag.
Green flag in the air. Gray, Davis, Preston, Isabel, and Rowley, your top 5. Billy Rowley through the middle, working around Isabel, trying to get 4th as Peyton Grease is right there as well. Now does the crossover early, brings it out. No contact right there. White flag in the air. Rowley's trying to hold on to 5th, but trying to steal 4th as well. Looks like it's going to be Gray, Davis, Preston, Joe Isabel, and who is going to come home 5th that time? I think Peyton Grease locked him up just enough, and Peyton Grease is going to take that final transfer spot. So our 20-car field is set. We'll get ready to go to our pole dash. Wow, what a finish right there for 5th.
Yeah, an intense battle, and get ready for our pole dash, but we're going to have a good battle for the championship here in the A main coming up.
Yeah, look like Preston, moving all the way to 3rd, so he's definitely going to get able to start in this thing. We'll get ready to run these guys out here. It's going to be Rumsey and Paulo on the front row. Click and Shell row 2. Merriman and Sheridan in row 3. Steinke, Randolph in row 4. And Batista Stambaugh in row 5 for the pole dash. 6 laps for these guys. Only 6 laps to get it settled. Tell us who our pole sitter for tonight is going to be. Michael Sheridan out here could start way at the front with, let's see, if he finished 3rd, he's going to start somewhere around 17th or 18th end of the feature. And so Richie Preston still has his work cut out for him. But if Michael Sheridan comes out here and wins the pole dash, starts on the front row, that is going to put him basically at opposite ends of the spectrum. And Richie Preston will have his work definitely cut out for him. Having to go through the B main was tough enough. And now we're going to run the pole dash and see where these guys start. All 10 cars, it looks like, are out here. So they will start lining them up. Row 1, Rumsey and Paulo. Row 2, Click and Shell. Row 3, Merriman and Sheridan. Row 4, Steinke and Randolph. And Batista and Stambaugh making up the 5th and final row. There comes Shea Paulo, bring the 21
laps.
car. 8 laps going to be for our pole dash. All right, here we go. Getting the boys lined up. They're going to go green out of turn for 8 laps to settle the pole dash this time. Green flag in the air. Logan Rumsey able to grab the lead. He goes to the top side. There goes Shea Apollo right with him around the top. He's going to settle into second. Click. Shell now into third. Click fourth. Click is for Cameron Merriman, settled into fifth. It is a gaggle behind that. Michael Sheridan now finds contact with John Batista. Sheridan gets the car righted, but he's in the very back. Shea Paulo moved his car into second, now trying to run down Logan Rumsey. Rumsey was fast in his heat race for sure. Tyler Shell runs in the third spot, but he may give that up here to Cameron Merriman. Merriman around the top side. Out of turns 3 and 4, Merriman cuts underneath. Shell kept it up top. Gave Merriman plenty of room. Now Cameron Merriman off of turn 2, but Tyler Shell with a great run down the backstretch. Excuse me, I'm having to look at a couple of messages coming in here. I'll just focus on the race and not worry about those. Paulo is running down Rumsey right now as the laps are ticking off. Rumsey went to the bottom. Paulo's going to the top. He's going to try to take second, or try to take the lead away from second here. Just can't close in. Close enough to make the slide job, and Rumsey keeps covering the entry every time he does get close, it looks like. Tyler Shell with 2 to go that time by Tyler Shell. Hanging on to third. Merriman still giving him fits back there for third and fourth. Josh Steinke up to fifth. White flag in the air that time. Going to watch Shea Paulo at the front, see if he does anything down here in 3 and 4. I don't think he's close enough, and I think Rumsey's going to have his way getting through turns 3 and 4. At the line, Logan Rumsey will win the pole dash, and then Shea Paulo. Steinke. Shell, then Steinke. Then maybe Cameron Merriman might have finished fifth, and they were just waiting for him to pull his car up here. Right now, Logan Rumsey going to start on the pole for tonight's feature. We'll let these guys get this all sorted out, and while they're doing that, you can check this out. Both guys made it into the feature this time, Dom, so we are going to have a race for the title.
That's what we like to see. It makes it a lot more interesting.
I'm going to have both guys out there for sure. And 6 points separated them coming in. Sheridan. Michael Sheridan. Looks like he is going to be starting 8th in the feature and about 18th. So about 10 spots separating them. That's about 60 points in the standings. So about a 54-point difference now that Preston has to make up. That's 9 positions to tie. But I do believe that Sheridan would win a tie with a victory. Because I think he has a victory on his resume in week number 2, and Mr. Preston does not. So he definitely does not want to finish second to him, or finish one spot behind him. He has to finish in front of him, and he has got a ton of space to make up. Just waiting for these guys to get the starting grid set up here. They will roll this out. We'll start in row number 6. Row 6 is going to be Mason Hannigan on the inside, Nick McGathy on the outside. Row 7, David Diller inside, Alex Stoudinger outside. Row 9, John Lepresto on the inside, Rylan Gray to his outside. In the 8th row, Nathan Davis on the inside and Richie Preston in that 18th starting position. On the back row, Joe Isabel and Peyton Grease. Our front row going to be Logan Rumsey and Shea Paulo, Tyler Shell and Josh Steinke in row 2, John Batista, Max Stambot row 3, Kevin Click and Michael Sheridan in row 4, and Jason Randolph and Cameron Merriman in the 5th row. So they will come out, pace around for 2 laps. And then we will get a green flag. They will continue to pace until they have the field in its correct order. And at the end of lap 3, the leader will start the race. The flagman will be in control of all cautions at that point. And we will put 30 green flag laps behind us. Determine who the champion is. Right now, Michael Sheridan, as they start the race, has a 54-point lead and 10 positions on the 25 car of Richie Preston. So we'll keep an eye on both drivers, find out what their progress through the field is. We'll keep our eyes on the 25 car Richie Preston for sure, starting this deep in the field. A lot of work to do for him. Already crowned Michael Sheridan the champion in the fixed series, race number 1 each night here. He picked that up a little while ago, about an hour and a half ago. Not even quite that long.
Green, green, green.
So we will get the grid set up. Did find out that the 6 car of Joe Isabel violated a major rule in the B main and got disqualified, so he will not be starting, but we could not put another car in his place. So we'll get that front 5 rows set up right here. Be Rumsey and Paulo on in the front for us. Got one more pace lap around. They'll go green out of turn 4 the next time by. All right, green this time out of turn number 4. 30 laps on the board. Final race of season number 12 right here. Dirt Slingers, a Monday Night Thunder Series presented by Tim Sims. Shea, Paulo, Logan, Rumsey, the front row, and the green flag in the air. We're underway. Watching Paulo off the top side. Steinke got a good run, a little bit of a bump. That's going to let Shell squeak into second right in front of Paulo as Paulo had to gather the car back in. Steinke gets a bump from his teammate. Max Stambaugh down on the bottom trying to take second away from Shell. Shell slams the door on him. That's going to cost 2 spots. Paulo goes around. Now Stambaugh to 4th. Steinke in 5th. Everybody moving to the high side. Stoudinger around the top on Sheridan, or on Cameron Merriman, excuse me. He moved into the 6th spot. Well, maybe that's not. That's Kevin Click. Excuse me. Same color, wrong car. 25 car. Kevin Click now into the 7th spot. Merriman behind that. Sheridan hasn't made up any spots. Still running in 8th. Looking back for Richie Preston. Richie Preston picking up 4 spots already. Closed it down to 14th. 6 spots in front of him. The 15 car of Michael Sheridan. He's behind Rylan Gray. Gray in the 06 machine holding on to the 13th spot. David Diller working the bottom side of 3 and 4, runs in 10th. Now the bottom side of 1 and 2. Looks like Shea Paulo took the 21 car out the side window. He's up off the back. We're trying to grab Paulo here as he comes back onto the track in 3 and 4. He is going to fall all the way to the 12th position. So moving from 2nd to 12th, Tyler Shell is taking the lead away from Logan Rumsey. Rumsey's fallen into the clutches of Josh Steinke. Steinke runs 3rd. Right behind that, Max Stambaugh now. Worked the top side in 3 and 4, goes bottom side on 1 and 2.
All right, man.
Caution.
Caution is out.
Not sure who this is for. We're going to see what Mason Hannigan was doing back here. He's all by himself. I don't think it was for him. Oh, it was Peyton Grease. Peyton Grease got sideways. Not sure if he had help right there. We'll try to get on that and take a look and see if he had some help real quick. Yep, got down there. Rylan Gray with a little bit of help to Peyton Grease. Backs him in. Turns him a little bit sideways. 4 car Logan Rumsey. 41 car, excuse me, of Logan Rumsey has left the track. He was in 2nd. So our lineup is going to be a little out of shape right now without him in there. It's going to be Shell, Steinke, Stambaugh, Merriman, Click, Sheridan, Batista, Diller, Stoudinger, and Paulo, your top 10. Shea Paulo after his off-track excursion, still inside the top 10. Jason Randolph in 11th, and Richie Preston is up to 12th. He's picked up 6 spots, with Michael Sheridan only having gained 1, and that has closed the gap quite a bit. But still, Michael Sheridan with a pretty healthy lead in the points as they run on track. Make it about 5 spots, so it's going to be about 24 points. I'll restart this time. Still 22 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. We take a good look back. About 5th place, Kevin Click. Oh, Max Stambaugh got in, got sideways. I think he got into the back of Tyler Shell, getting down in the corner. Shell went in there kind of low and slow. Steinke went topside. Stanbaugh went down in there. Yeah, just a little bit slower for Shell than I think Stanbaugh anticipated. Maxie gets into the left rear with the right front. Kind of a racing deal. One of those things. Just misjudged the entry speed a little bit. So we'll get them re-racked and get them ready to go again here. I think it's going to be Shell, Steinke, Merriman, Click, Sheridan, Batista, Diller, Stoutinger, Paulo, and Randolph. So Sheridan up to 5th on that couple of laps that we got in there, and Richie Preston up to 11th, so still 6 spots between them. A lot of racing left, not even to the halfway point yet.
Yeah, just hopefully we can continue to keep it green and get a long green flag running.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see them run this from here to the end and see what happens, how cars go away, how the track goes away, and how guys are going to have to change their lines. Little short burst, you get a little bit of quick action, but we're not going to see what the track does here. We're going green right here out of turn number 4, 12, 21 laps still to go. Good start for Shell. He went right back to the bottom. Everybody behind him kind of went to the top except for Kevin Click. Click kind of went through the middle, and he is going to hang on to 4th right now. John Batista with the slide job on Michael Sheridan. He was able to pick up a spot. Move Sheridan back to the 6th spot. David Diller right behind him. So we look back, Richie Preston. Slide job from Nathan Davis out of turn 4. Preston goes way up by the fence and takes the spot back. Preston working against his teammate there, the 4 car, Jason Randolph. Trying to get that spot, needs to go forward. Started 18th, now up to 11th. Back to the front, Cameron Merriman has gotten around Josh Steinke into 2nd. Now has his sight set, the 85 machine of Tyler Shell. Shell still in front. Steinke still 3rd, Batista 4th, Click 5th, Sheridan 6th, Diller is 7th. Paulo, Stoutinger, Randolph, the top 10. Shell uses the middle of the track. Merriman right around the top. Now Shell to the top side with Merriman in 3 and 4. Good battle for the lead right here. Merriman inching ever closer. Slide job to 3 and 4. Wasn't able to get it across the nose. He's going to have to settle back into 2nd. Down the back, you see how close the right rear is, hanging over the cushion. Shell barely across the nose that time of Merriman on the slide job. Cameron Merriman now inches in front in turns 1 and 2. He's got the lead coming out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Shell's finding tons of grip off the bottom, and he's able to drive right back up beside him and get 3 and 4. He takes the lead back. Batista got sideways behind Steinke out of 4. Click still 5th. Sheridan still 6th. Richie Preston now inside the top 10 as he goes around Nathan Davis. Stoutinger running in 9th, goes around the top side on David Diller. Shea Paulo into 7th after the off track. Restarted 12th, now up to 7th for him. Battle at the front starting to heat up. These guys really staying right on top of one another. That time Merriman drops to the bottom out of 1 and 2. Can he find the grip that Shell had? No. Shell using the top side and the momentum. They're going to be lapping cars here very shortly. Peyton Grease first on the hit list. Eight to go the next time by. Laps ticking off quickly. Richie Preston still 10th. Michael Sheridan back to 7th. They're getting closer to each other on the track. Call it a 12-point gap. Battle at the front end, caution. This time, Alex Stoudinger's car. Maybe he went for a ride. We'll go back and take a look. He's in 3 and 4. Oh, yeah. Car wiggled the wrong way. He hits the fence. Slides it across the track. That's going to bring out a caution with about 7 laps to go. Looked like we were going to get that long green run in there and go to the end, all.
Yeah, I've been riding on board with Chief Preston, watching him try to battle, and I watched that caution take place right in front of him. But it's sure going to make it interesting now because there's just David Diller in between Preston and Sheridan. So this restart's going to make it a whole lot more interesting.
So right now it is a 6-point lead for Michael Sheridan over Richie Preston. Preston has to finish in front of him to take the title. If they tie or Sheridan finishes in front of Preston, Sheridan will pick up the second championship tonight. So we will have 6 laps to go when we restart. Should it be the next time by Tyler Schell, Cameron Merriman, John Batista, Josh Steinke, Kevin Click, your top 5. Shea Paulo, Michael Sheridan, David Diller, Richie Preston, and Nathan Davis rounding out your top 10. We are watching 7th and 9th for the points championship right now. Green out of 4, 7. Laps remain.
Green, green, green.
Green flag once again. Good start for Shell. Drop back and watch the battle. 7th place, Michael Sheridan, the 15 car. David Diller in 8th. Richie Preston, your other title contender, in 9th. Oh, big stack up with Shea Paulo out of turn 4. That's going to bring cars closer together for a moment. Now it's going to put 2 cars between Preston and... Oh, and then Shea Paulo goes right back by Sheridan, and so Diller tried to go too. Now, the championship contenders were almost together right there on the track. Sheridan trying to go slider on Preston. The battle at the front. John Batista got around Cameron Merriman. Now he's going to race up here and put pressure with 4 laps to go on Tyler Schell. Cameron Merriman 3rd. Steinke watching the battle 6th and 8th right now. These two staying very close together. Now Diller and Preston trying to work around with Sharon. Preston's got the outside. He's right on the bumper of the 15 car. 3 wide through 3 and 4. 2 to go this time. Richie Preston has the spot. He has worked his way from the back of the field into the 6th spot, and he's ahead of Sheridan now. Give him 12 points to the good. White flag in the air. Tyler Schell, John Batista, Cameron Merriman. We're watching the battle for the championship right here. Preston has got it in his hands as Cameron Merriman goes off track. Tyler Schell's going to win your feature. John Batista 2nd. Shea Paulo in 3rd. And Richie Preston is going to pick up the title as he finishes ahead of, remind the top 3, as he finishes ahead of Michael Sheridan, and he will pick up the Race 2 championship for season number 12. Get him, Richie Preston needs to park around front stretch 2, please. We will get him around here, get him parked in with our top 3. We will bring our 3 podium finishers in, talk to them, and then we'll bring Richie Preston up here and talk to him about picking up this title. And what a battle that was. Starting 18th and coming home in 4th. Oh, that ain't at all good. We gotta get different cameras for this place, but whatever. All right. Let's grab the boys. There's Steinke. There is Shell. There is Batista. And there is Richie Preston. So, third place tonight, Josh Steinke. Let's get Josh. Josh, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, man. Well, you didn't pick up the sweep for the night, but you come home third, another podium finish, man. Talk to us about this feature and how tough that track was out there.
Yeah, that track was tricky. It didn't quite have the setup for tonight. Car just didn't have the bite coming off the turns. These guys were killing me coming out. I just didn't have the speed. I was just able to stay smooth and consistent and not make any mistakes on that cushion. Maybe one where I almost went off, but I was able to save it. And Cam went off a couple times, and Rumsey flipped it under caution, and it was just keeping it up front, keeping it smooth. And when those guys started to put a slide job on me, on the last restart, it got all tangled up. I was just stay calm. Got to make sure you don't spin your tires. And those guys were making mistakes. They weren't able to nail those sliders very well or keep their tires under control. So I was able to just crawl right away from them at the end. And the car felt good, but it just wasn't quite there. And I'll take it for a third.
Yeah, looked like a lot of guys are struggling. We had a couple cars off the top, but it looked like that track went either right at the very top or right at the very bottom, and there was no in between, right?
Yeah, normally you see a middle line in 1 and 2 form in, and it just wasn't quite there. I wasn't sure if it was gear, but it didn't seem like anyone was really making that work other than the way bottom. And Shell and Merriman were able to do it a couple times, and other than that, I just stayed to the high side because there was no grip.
Harmon, was still a great run and a great season, man. Your shout-outs, your thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate, bud.
Yeah, thank guys at Black Diamond, Drew at One Night Designs, Brett at UDTV, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. And once again, Roger, for putting on this league. We're probably going to, John and I talked about it, we're probably going to run for points this next season and put on a good show here. And yeah, hats off to Tyler for the win and John for second place. He was very quick tonight, and I thought he would have had him, but we'll take a podium.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and we do look forward to seeing you run for the points title next season, sir.
Yep, thanks, Roger.
Third place tonight, Josh Steinke won race number 1, so a couple podiums for him. Congratulations to him. Let's get John Batista. He ran second tonight. JB, you got a copy?
Hey, I sure do.
All right, man. Well, second place in race number 2 tonight, man. Talk to us about how tricky this track was and how hard it was to catch Tyler.
Well, usually I'm really bad at this track, or my car is terrible, but tonight it was the best Lernerville car I've ever had, so it felt pretty easy to me. I just wrong set of circumstances for me, especially in the pill draw. I think I went back to last both pill draws tonight, so that kind of sucked. And I started on the inside. Kind of hard to make moves here on the inside when the track is black slick, so it was an uphill battle from there. But lap 3 or 4, I think I got around Stambaugh on the high side, and then he put me over, of course. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, it was a great race between Tyler and Cameron.
Yeah, a lot of good racing out there. Looked like a lot of battles going on, and if a guy had a car that was getting across the middle of these corners really good, he was closing up on the guy in front of him, and sometimes it was just a little bit too quick. What do you do to combat that?
Combat catching up to somebody?
Yeah, so you don't run into him.
Good live.
Well, you could. You could. And I knew that was the number 1 answer, but I was looking for something a little bit more realistic from you.
Well, you could throw the bomb.
There it is.
I wasn't going to throw the bomb. I knew better of that going into 3 on the last lap. So Tyler's like, yeah, I'm surprised you didn't throw that on me. I just said, no, man, I was way too far back for that. If I was going to do it, it's just going to wreck both of us.
That was more the answer I was looking for, buddy. Who's helping you get it done out here in a fantastic second place run tonight?
Yeah, just my teammates, and high side stuck around for me tonight, so thank you, Lernerville. Congrats to Nate Davis on his P15. Congrats to Michael Sheridan on his championship. Well deserved, sir. Sorry for parking you twice, or maybe 3 times tonight. Totally my fault, man. I'll work on my racecraft a little on the off season. Roger, I want to thank you personally for putting on DSRL. What season are we in now? Season
12.
9? Oh, 12. Okay.
Yeah.
12 seasons, man. It's been a wild ride, but yeah, it's my favorite league to run. Here's to 12 more.
Well, let's hope we do that. We know season 13 in a couple of weeks, so we're looking forward to that and seeing you. And
Yeah, the UMP modified. I'll see you there.
yeah, we're going to get that kicked off. That's going to be a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody come in and race. Josh said you guys are going to run for points next season, so it'll be fun to see you guys every single night. And we look forward to it. Thanks for chatting with us, man. We look forward to a whole lot more of these podium chats.
Thanks, sir. Congrats to Tyler on his victory.
All right. Your second place finisher, Mr. John Batista. Let's get Tyler Shell in here. Comes in here, parks it tonight. Tyler, you there, buddy?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I got you, man. Fantastic run for you tonight. Good battle between you and Cameron, and then Batista kind of run you down a little bit right there at the end, and you guys had a pretty good show towards the end of this thing, man. Talk to us about this feature and how you park it on top of the podium tonight.
I was, to be honest, for the first half of it, it was pretty easy. Just hit my mark. Just run the bottom 1 and 2, top 3 and 4, and then Cam started throwing slide jobs on me, so I have to protect the top, and I felt like I was able to actually run up there with the big boys tonight. I usually can't do that too good, so I felt like I could, and then showed off I did. And then about that, I really didn't want to see that last caution. Me and Cam were pretty much gone from the field. I think we had like a 2-second lead on third, and just in the groove, hitting my marks, and I saw that, and I knew he was gonna be on my tail, and we got throwing slide jobs, and then one corner later he's not there, so I didn't know if he fell off or what happened to him, but it's pretty much easy sailing after that.
Yeah, he slid it out the side door over there. I think at 1 and 2, and that kind of did it for him. How tough was the track? How tricky was it finding a good line to race on, especially the last third of the race?
It wasn't like tricky to find it. It was more of hitting your marks. I mean, you're inches away from falling off, and there goes your race. So it's just more about having the concentration on hitting your marks.
Yeah, we got to show how close you guys were running and how much of that right rear tire was kind of hanging over that cushion on different occasions there from a couple of camera angles. But fantastic run for you. Who helped you get it done? Who helped you pick up this win tonight?
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Richie on the race 2 championship. I knew him and Sheridan were having a good battle, and congrats on Michael on the race 1. But you for putting the league on, you for broadcasting it, and then Elbows Up SimSport and our sponsors, Anderson Speedway, Motorsports Beat, Jessup Logistics, Paints by Tunica and Hergott Real Estate, BSA, Overall Photographs, Catch Fence Apparel, Roof Co., and Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the win. We look forward to seeing you again in season 13.
Yep. See you Thursday.
All right. Tyler Shell, your race winner tonight. Now, let's get this guy in here. He did not win the race, but he made one hell of a run, and he made it exciting for everybody to watch. Richie Preston, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, you had everybody kind of wondering if we were going to see a repeat of the race 1 deal there. And you got to go through the B main. You struggled a little bit early in it. You end up transferring through. You started 18th in the feature, and you made up all the positions and finished 2 spots ahead of Mr. Sheridan. Make it 3 spots ahead of Mr. Sheridan. And so you sealed the victory just by getting in front of him, man. Talk to us about this feature and how much pressure was on you when the green flag dropped.
No pressure really. I had Billy Riley up in the spotter stand, just keep me calm and telling me to hit my marks. And I don't know, nobody's ever really seen me drive. I don't mean to use the word pissed off, but I'm gonna use it. After the heat race there and race 1, it just kind of lit a fire and kind of made me motivated to try and go get it. And we got it.
Yeah, we were Dom and I were up here when we were talking about no repeats from race 1, and then the heat race thing happens, and luckily you got back to 4th there. You were able to start close to the front of the B main. You said it kind of lit a fire under you. You drove with the red eye the rest of the night.
Yeah, kind of. Just trying to be aggressive, but not too aggressive like early on in the race. But when it counted, like I threw a slider on Sheridan with I think it was like 2 to go, and then we pulled away from there. So I was just being aggressive, but not too aggressive. We could kill the car or anybody else. So it worked out in the end.
Well, a fantastic season. Did not pick up any wins, but you were very consistent. That's what it takes to win a points title, man. Who helps you get it done every single week, and who helped you bring home this title tonight, buddy?
Just everybody that's through the league the whole season. It's been a lot of fun. DSRL, the Dirt Racing Network, Wicked Cushion, Tim Sims, Edmund Trophies, and then my team, I was up Sim Sport, and our sponsors, Anderson Speedway, Motorsports Beat, Jessup Logistics, Paints by Tunican, Hergot Real Estate, BS Air, Over the Wall Photography, Catch Fence Apparel, Fairway Independent Mortgage Company, and our new sponsor, Roofco.
All right, man. Well, a fantastic season. Congratulations. We'll get you some slick hardware, and once you get it in, we'll get some pictures up on the pages so that all the fans can see it, and we look forward to seeing you come back and try to defend this thing next season.
Yep, sounds like a plan. Thanks, Roger.
All right, your champion, race number 2, Richie Preston. Michael Sheridan was your champion in race number 1 for the season. That does it for us this season, Dom. It has been a wild ride back and forth. I know you've been in the booth with a couple different people. Did you have some fun this season with us?
Yeah, it's exciting, and hopefully look forward to joining for season 13.
Well, we'll start that here in a couple of weeks. I appreciate you being here, buddy, and we look forward to seeing you maybe the rest of the week if you're interested in joining me for a couple more shows. Tuesday and Wednesday night, and then Thursday we'll have KR back in the booth and get you back in here. We'll fill up your whole week with some racing.
Sounds good.
All right, that is going to do it for us. Michael Sheridan is your Race 1 champion for season number 12. Richie Preston, the Race 2 champion for season 12. I want to thank all of the sponsors. Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, Edmund Trophy, Raven Graphics, Scott King Designs, Wicked Cushion, and everybody that helps out here at DSRL and DRN. It has been a fantastic season. We're going to take a week off, get everything in order, get some things squared away and back together, make sure that season 13 is ready to go when it is time to launch. We look forward to seeing all you fans back again with us. Appreciate all the support. Don't forget, like, shares, and follows on the page. If you're over on YouTube or Twitch, subscribe to the channel. You know we go live every single time. For myself, Jeff Peterson, Cody Kelly, Scott King, and Dominic Santina at DSRL and DRN. We appreciate you being here. We look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, everybody keep it dirty. Good night.